1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Work hard and we shine, commitment, dedication. Neurosurgery, comedy, music, Nollywood. SOTK, Dr. Call, MC Casino. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Great Uniben, great Uniben, great Uniben.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Uniben Alumni Series. As you know, if you are a subscriber or you watch any of our previous episodes, you know this is a show we celebrate alumni of the University of Benin, men and women that have gone through the institution while also promoting alma mater. And on today's episode, I have an entertainer with me today. Is known as the Madiba of comedy. Well, I know most of you do not know his real name. Is Bartholomew Itoto. Thank you very much, MC Madiba, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, boss. I'm glad to be here.
Quite
It's an honor.
quite difficult to get hold of you. We don't be on this one for several months. I know you are extremely busy. Thank you for granting this interview. We'll start off from here. When we're in school, we talk about people in education faculty, which you are from. You came from the education, and there's this notion that moves around that most of the people in education faculty, majority of them did not apply to study education course. was that for you? Did you have other ambition and Uniben give you education?
You know, as funny as it may sound, that is one of the notions that is actually true. I applied to study law,
Okay.
and I got political science education.
Okay.
And since it was political science, I was okay with it because I had this passion to understand politics better.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to carry on with it.
Okay. Let's go back to you applying to study law. What motivated you to study law? You wanted to become a lawyer. What must have influenced that choice of yours?
Maybe environment, I would say. Environment. I grew up around a couple of scholars and few lawyers. I had some lawyers as friends, and I just, back then it wasn't really about what you wanted to study from me. It was just about you going to school, being educated. You understand? So I picked law because so many people around me happened to have studied law. They were law students, and I was like, man, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. But thank God, I ended up in where I'm supposed to be because I don't get the power to dey put out to people. So I put it to you.
Okay. Let's talk about comedy. When we were in school, we happened to be in school at almost the same period, and I knew you were already doing entertainment comedy in school. But when did comedy start
Yeah.
for you in earnest? When did you really start comedy?
I started comedy as around 2009. 2009, I was staying very close to Imo State University in Owerri, Imo State. I was staying there with a brother of mine, and so I started comedy by accompanying other student entertainers, mainly musicians, to go for shows. and I found out that man, even the comedians there that were performing in IMSU then, I was a bit funnier than some of them. So I said, let me try this thing because I always had I'm always the calm guy, but when I speak, people always tend to laugh. So I said, let me just try this comedy. So I did it once, twice, and it was excellent. Everybody was like, man, how long have you been doing this? Where are you from? This, that. So I just kept on doing it. To an extent, people thought I was a student of IMSU, but I was just somebody staying close to the school. Just I just started from there, and then I found the passion. I just fell in love with the art form. Until today, we never feel liver. So we just be here.
Okay. Back then in Uniben, when you were doing your comedy as an undergraduate student, you were known as MC
Yeah,
Itoto.
yeah, it's total
Yes. Later on, you changed your name to Madiba. Madiba.
Madiba.
What was the reason for you to adopt Madiba, and what time did
Yeah,
you change your name?
yeah, I all through my days in school, I went by Toto, MC Toto. MC Toto, Itoto is actually my name. It's an Edo name, Misako, because I'm Misako, and it means I'm strong. Itoto, understand? So I was answering the name in my school days, MC Toto. But the word have so many other meaning and interpretation in our local parlance, and people can mock it and call it so many other things. So when I was in school, then I was trying to break. I was a bit popular in school. If you can remember, I was big in school as a comedian. But when I was trying to break out of the school setting and do comedy for full time, when I was trying to reach out to churches, trying to perform everywhere around Benin and Nigeria, Lagos, and all that, the name was a constraint. The name in total was a constraint, especially in the corporate field because of the sentiments people had. People hardly even believe it's my real name. You understand? Using such a name for comedy, people would just assume that you are talking about. You understand? So they just assume that this is what this guy is trying to imply, but it was my real name. And for years I understood the challenge, but I didn't want to change it. I was being stubborn based on it's my name. But when I graduated from the university and I was about to go to service, I told myself, then if you want to do comedy as a full-time job, you don't have to have anything that will be a challenge to you because you want to do this now as a full-time job. You want to do this as a career for real. You are no longer playing. You are no longer hiding behind the student umbrella that I'm a student, I'm also a comedian. Now you're a comedian. So I just had to change the name and I did. And when I wanted to change the name, the only name that was on my in my head was Madiba.
Why?
Why? Because yeah, because I was as a political science student now, so we studied Nelson Mandela, and I had a joke about Nelson Mandela, and the punchline was Madiba. Like it was popular amongst my classmates because they understood the background of the joke. I always do it when I'm in a political science event or and all that or amongst my friends. I just play around them. So the name was just there, like, and funny enough, the name Madiba translates to mean the same thing Itoto translates to. So, so and I didn't even know. I just started answering Madiba gradually. Then I later found out that it has because Madiba is more like a nickname of the late great Nelson Mandela. So I got to find out that it also means I'm strong, balanced, and big. Like it has so many meanings. It's a nickname, and
Yeah.
it's more like Itoto, just the same meaning, like everything. So I was like, wow, this is the name I'll use.
Okay. Okay.
And since the translation, it has been going better gradually. Since the
Yeah,
transition,
we've come to accept Madiba. we your fans will come to accept it full time. Um, let's talk about when you decided to go into comedy full time. What was that event or that push that you said you want to do this full time? You don't want to go work in an office. You don't want to do any other thing. You want to do entertainment. You want to do comedy. When was that, and what was that push?
Mm, it was sometime around 2015. 2015, being a fresh graduate, having no place to go and stay. Because when I graduated from University of Benin, my rent expired in Ekosoni. I could not renew my rent. I could not renew my rent, and also I had to I had to get somewhere to stay or get somebody to stay with. My family were not really in Benin, so I was basically staying in a total the whole trip. Even after school, during holiday, I was there. So now it's time for me to move on. So I decided that this is what I know. I was already making money as a comedian by then though,
Yeah.
because I had a couple of fans, I had clientele. I was always anchoring weddings, like almost every Saturday we see. By then, as at then, we used to earn like 30K, 40K, 50K from weddings understand. So I was a bit popular in the wedding space and stand-up comedy. I had comedy clubs I perform almost every weekend and even if it's 20K, 10K. So it was like the only option for me financially. And the passion had grown strong in me. It has developed to the extent that to think of doing something else was
Mhm.
now like me choosing a different path
Yeah.
because I've been doing this all through my school days. I answered MC Toto, so everybody that knew me as an
Let's
MC.
see. Yeah.
I've been doing this. So now I'm a fresh graduate. I have to make this decision that see, this is what I want to do. And making that decision, it wasn't tough because I believed in myself. I believed in myself. My passion is so high that I feel sometimes it can lead to doom because if I see and I believe in something, I give it my all. Like when I was in comedy, I had no plan B for real, and it annoyed especially my elder sister, like because she had so much hope for me in other in other um
Field.
corporate world and all that. She had in other careers and she just wanted me to come out well. So for me, I believed in myself and comedy gives you results. Comedy gives you can't be a comedian and fake it. You can be a musician and you are deceiving yourself because you might like your song and people don't like it. But if people don't like your jokes, they won't laugh to
Yeah.
your jokes instantly.
Yeah. You get instant
So
results.
you get your result. If it's not funny, if you don't have it, you don't have it. Like people will boo you, and somebody like me that has the whole two car park
That's
experience as my background
yeah.
is instant. If you're not funny, they will arrow you, they will chase you out. And I rose through all that as one of the best of my time in school. So I believed in myself so much that I just had to pray that if this thing does not work out, where will I start from? So I gave it my all and I thank God that gradually.
Yeah. Yeah. We found out that it's working out right now. Um, what can you say you took from the institution, the attribute you took from Uniben that you still make use of today? You can put yourself say, "Oh, Uniben taught me this."
Uh,
What are
man, it's resilience, man. Like I don't stop. I don't back down. I don't back down. I hardly get depressed. In the true Univen fashion, Univen will build you, especially being an entertainer in school, it will mold you in such a way that you just can't be depressed. Sometimes there are some things we see on social media. Maybe you make a comment that people don't like, or you do a video that's contrary to what the public believe in and think, and it's your belief, it's your opinion. um, and people start talking you down. Understand? But the Uniben part of me don't even see their talks as being depressive because Uniben gave me strength. Understand? Beyond the academics in Uniben, the life in Uniben, the lifestyle, the people, my friends, my colleagues, people I had issues with because it must get issue for Uniben and how you handled it. Like the Uniben environment must make you strong. So it gave me strength, made me to believe in myself. Like I came out from one of the most challenging institutions and I did well, not just academically. I did well in my own career that I started in school and start stepping on any stage is just like food to me. I'm even eager to go up. No fright because I've been through all that in Uniben. Uniben gave me strength. Uniben gave me strength.
Okay. Before now, comedians are they just concentrate on creativity. When a comedian does not have to be a graduate, but when it comes on stage, you just have to deliver, and that was okay before now. But for this your generation, even if you look at generation before you, we can talk about Basket Mouth, who's an alumnus. We see Casino and yourself, Funny P. These are graduates of our institution. Do you think that education plays a role in the entertainment space, especially comedy these days? Does it affect your delivery? Does it affect things that you do? Does it give you an edge compared to maybe your colleagues who were not fortunate at
Colleagues.
the
Yeah.
higher institution?
The role of education in entertainment cannot be overemphasized because education puts you on another level. Like it sets the difference. Set the difference. Me studying political science gave me my breakthrough in comedy. It's like because firstly you have to understand that comedy is one of those very few jobs. I can even beat my chest to say that is the only job that you can use everything you know as tool to work. Any knowledge you have, you can use it to make a joke. You can use it to go out of any situation when you're on stage. You can use it to create a content. Now, the first skit I did, or let me say the first set of skits I did that introduced me to fame was my interview skits where they will ask me question. It was Funny P, that is home of laughter, now Pluto, that used to interview me then. It's come a long way. I remember 2013 when we did a show in Uniben together, Uniben Gospel Invasion, May 16, 2013, on my birthday. We did it at
Okay.
Basement in Uniben. So we've come a long way. So now, the first set of skit I did was just pure education with a little bit of humor. It was I can still remember it clearly like it was yesterday. The question he asked me was, Honorable Madiba, what do you think about Nigeria? Then I started talking. Now Nigeria is not serious. Nigeria is like P Square. You understand? Nigeria is like Bobrisky. We don't know if he's she or she's he. So I just kept on talking and just analyzing Nigeria comically. Then at the end of the video, I said something. I have one word for Nigeria, and that is anti-disestablishmentarianism.
What's
And
the meaning of
and
that?
it was yeah. He asked me what's the meaning of that. I said, do I know? And it was actually, I wanted to end the skit by saying, I have one word for Nigeria, and that is anti disestablishmentarianism. It was actually a well written script because the word anti disestablishmentarianism is just like when you are separating religion from politics or from government of the day. So I was actually preferring a solution. So he asked me, what does that mean? I just pleasingly answered and said, do I know?
Mm.
And that was just the catchy phrase of it all. That was the one that people held strong and say, ah. So I just kept on using it. But that wasn't really the idea. My idea was just to express intelligence. You
Yeah.
see, and and the humor added to it gave me a brand. Till tomorrow, they still call me Honorable Madiba. Gave me brand, and it gave me the first step of the first major step of my brand. It took me on tours to different countries and all that. So it's just education for me. You understand? The nature of events that we anchor and we host as MC. I'm not sure an uneducated guy will be able to do it as well as we do.
Mm,
Yes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Somebody that is not educated will even have that high confidence
mhm.
to to host the kind of people we host in events.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
To
I
entertain
agree.
certain people.
I agree. Um, I read in, I think one of the tabloids. I can't remember that you met your wife in Uniben. Yes, I
Yeah.
think I saw that news some time ago. And you know what we normally say in Uniben, if we compare the relationships in Uniben and the ones that go outside Uniben, it's quite, the numbers are low. So how did yours survive main gate? How did you go past main gate?
I was one of the lucky guys, one of the lucky Uniben guys. I took game from Uniben. you know, I gain a
Yeah, so
well.
you gained a lot.
Yeah, I gain a lot. So I saw what I wanted early, and in fact, my wife was more like a mother to me when I was in school. She was this small girl that was putting me in check, congratulating me. So I was like, they know they leave this kind of one. Oh.
Oh,
So I just held her, and my love life just started in Uniben. And now she's at home with two kids.
beautiful. Beautiful.
She's busy now. She don't even stop work for now. Maybe she take care of the kids for some time.
You really
Thank
from
you,
Uniben.
Universe, for
You had a
setting
certificate from Uniben, a wife, a career.
a wife. Yeah.
Lastly, being a celebrity, a father, a husband, are you able to manage these responsibilities?
Um, I would say it's the grace of God because we cannot remove the fact that it's God that makes all things possible. It's just the grace of God for me because I'm not perfect. I've not been married before. I've not been a father before. I've not even been a celebrity before. I'm just a young guy trying to put everything together. And for things to be going this smoothly, I can't take credit for it. I'll take credit. I'll give all the glory to God and just God, just God. It's not easy. There's no special. Understand? There's no special thing that I know. There's no special thing I do right. Understand? I make mistakes like every other father, every other celebrity, but it's just God that's putting, like, making everything to
Yeah,
favor me.
yeah. I,
It's
I,
just
I
God.
know I said the last question. Permit me to ask one more. You just,
No, please
yeah,
free
previously you mentioned your show you had with uh, Pluto.
on the P, home of
Yes, Home of
laughter.
Laughter years ago at the basement. Is there any plan for, especially those of you that went to Uniben, to go back to Uniben and do a show? I know a few years back, we had Basket Mouth coming to Uniben. Yeah, he did a homecoming show at the Akindeko Auditorium. Is there any plan
Mm.
for you, maybe you in collaboration with your colleagues, to go back to that institution, even if it's at your two car park where you were once famous, to go back there and do your crafts?
It will be lovely, and myself and Casino. Sometime for the last month, January, sometime in January, we were hanging out, and we had this idea of just doing something, even if not in the school, but for the alumni, like doing something for the alumni, just positively and affecting the Uniben
Yeah.
community with our craft, just bringing them together once more, do something for them. So it would be nice to do something in school, and I'm always open to if there's any
Yeah.
idea. There's any once in a while I do gigs in school. Maybe any brand, some brand have used me to frontline some shows in Uniben and some events. Some departments and some organizations have called me just to say we appreciate all you've done. They've awarded me, so I'm always a part of the community. But it's not easy. The nature of our job is not easy. We are working every second. You're working every second. If you are not in the studio, if you are not recording, you are in a show. If you are not in a show, you are thinking of the content because we are comedians. I'm a comedian. I'm an MC. I'm also a content creator.
Mm. And
Yeah,
also, you
I'm
know
also
how they
trying to
also a
go into
musician.
music.
Yeah, because,
Yeah, I'm going into music now. I'm
yeah.
working on my EP. It's the all-round hustle. No room. Any talent that is there, will milk it. Even if it's not there, we'll build it.
uh, well, it has been wonderful speaking to you. We really appreciate you for creating.
So Uniben, you permit me to add and say Uniben has been good to me. I learned how to do shows in Uniben. I could remember when I was in 200 level, I did a show opposite Uniben. There was a bar opposite Uniben, Bezito Slices. I did a show Valentine's Party. Yeah, it was very big. Like they've not gotten such crowd before that show. I don't know of now, but it was very big and massive. Since then, I've been doing shows back to back, like without fear. Because if you've done shows in Uniben, you know it's 50-50. And till date, I've not had a bad show. We've done it all around. I've done shows. Just last year, I did a show in Benin. I did a show in Abuja Continental. I did a show in
Yeah,
Asaba. And this year the lineup is massive. And we've done UK tour, we've done shows in Turkey, Dubai, some part of Europe, and we are not
yeah.
scared of
And
investing in shows
I think
because
you are
of
coming
how
to the UK
Uniben.
soon for a dope picking.
Yes. I'll be in UK February this year. I'll be in UK May for Edo Pikin. I'll be in UK August for Benga Adeyinka,
Okay.
and in early December I'll also be in UK for an event.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Continue to fly.
so Uniben gave us the strength to do shows, and Uniben try for us. So big shout out to Uniben. Anytime we hear anything Uniben, we they happy. Uniben try for us.
Glad to have you on the show today. Thank you very much, MC Madiba. Thank you.
Thank you, my boss. Thank you, my boss. I'm honored and humbled. Thank you for having me. I must state it here that you're one of those persons that I've always respected your courage, your coordination, and your vision. I've always looked up to you as a senior colleague. You were ahead of
In
me in
political
school then.
science, yeah,
You're one of those people, yes, yes. And you were a backbone also to a comedian that was also ahead of me in
yeah.
school, MC
Rich man,
Richman,
yeah,
former MC
yeah.
Bakassi. Yeah, so we've always looked up to you, your courage, your composure, and how you relate, your patience, how you handle things. You understand? It's not easy to. I know who you were in school then. It's not easy to wear a crown and be held in high esteem, but you did it with so much grace. Anytime we saw you, you were always happy. You were always you understand. You didn't look down on anybody. So we respected all those virtues and characters that you had. So I'm always humbled and honored whenever I hear from you.
I
Thank you very
appreciate you,
much,
brother.
boss.
Thank you
Much
so much,
respect.
man. I appreciate you.
Much respect.
Thank you,
Thank you,
viewers.
boss.
That's the end of the episode. I've been speaking with MC Madiba. His name is Bartholomew Itoto. That's his real name. I know most of you do not know. Continue to subscribe to our channel, bringing more exclusive interviews. Bye for now.
1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law.